The next recession is coming. It's a phrase we hear whispered, then shouted every few years, but this time, something feels different. This isn't just about stocks, bonds, or corporate bailouts. This time, the game has changed, and the collateral, well, it's you. Your job, your savings, your home. Let's break down what's happening, why this potential downturn could be unlike any we've seen before, and most importantly, what you can do to protect yourself. First, let's look at the signs. Global debt is at an all-time high, far exceeding levels from before the 2008 financial crisis. Governments, corporations, and individuals have been borrowing like there's no tomorrow. But tomorrow is coming. And with rising interest rates, the cost of servicing that debt is becoming a crushing weight. Central banks around the world are trying to walk a tightrope. Raise rates to fight inflation, but not so fast that they trigger a complete economic collapse. It's a delicate balancing act, and one wrong move could send shockwaves through the entire system. Then there's the inflation problem. For years, we got used to cheap goods, fueled by global supply chains and low labor costs. Now that's all changing. Geopolitical tensions, trade disputes, and the lingering effects of the pandemic have fractured these supply chains. Suddenly, everything from your morning coffee to the car you drive costs more. Your paycheck just doesn't stretch as far as it used to, and that's a silent tax on every single one of us. This persistent inflation is eating away at your purchasing power, making it harder to save and invest for the future. So what makes this time so different? In 2008, the crisis was centered around the housing market and complex financial instruments. The government stepped in and bailed out the big banks, the too-big-to-fail institutions. This time, the fragility is much more widespread. It's not just one sector, it's a combination of issues hitting all at once. We're seeing cracks in the commercial real estate market, as work from home becomes a permanent fixture. We're seeing strain on regional banks that hold a lot of that commercial debt. And we're seeing households squeezed by the rising cost of living and soaring credit card debt. The average person is more exposed than ever before. During the last crisis, many people still had stable jobs and some savings. Today, the gig economy means less job security for millions. Many people are living paycheck to paycheck with little to no emergency fund. When you're the collateral, it means your financial stability is what's on the line. If you lose your job, can you cover your mortgage or rent? If your investments fall, will your retirement plans be derailed? These are the real-world consequences we're facing. The safety nets that once existed are much weaker now. But this isn't a message of doom and gloom. It's a call to action. Awareness is the first step toward preparation. You can't control what the Federal Reserve does, and you can't solve global supply chain issues, but you can control your own financial house. Now is the time to get serious about your money. Let's talk about what you can do starting today. First, build your emergency fund. This is non-negotiable. Financial experts typically recommend 3 to 6 months' worth of living expenses. If that sounds daunting, start small. Aim for $1,000. Put it in a high-yield savings account where it's safe and accessible, but not so easy to spend that you'll dip into it for non-emergencies. This fund is your personal bailout. It's the cushion that will protect you from a sudden job loss or an unexpected expense, preventing you from going into high-interest debt. Second, aggressively pay down high-interest debt. I'm talking about credit cards, personal loans, anything with a double-digit interest rate. This debt is like an anchor dragging you down. As interest rates rise, the cost of carrying that debt will only increase. Make a plan. Use the snowball method, where you pay off the smallest balances first for quick wins, or the avalanche method, where you tackle the highest interest rates first to save the most money. Whichever you choose, be disciplined and stick to it. Freeing yourself from this burden will give you incredible financial flexibility. Third, review your budget with a critical eye. Where is your money actually going? Track your spending for a month. You'll likely be surprised. Identify areas where you can cut back. Maybe it's the daily latte, the multiple streaming subscriptions, or eating out several times a week. This isn't about depriving yourself of everything you enjoy. It's about making conscious choices and redirecting that money toward your financial goals, like your emergency fund or debt repayment. A lean, efficient budget is one of your best defenses in a recession. Fourth, think about your income. In an uncertain job market, relying on a single source of income can be risky. Now is the time to explore side hustles or ways to increase your value at your current job. Learn a new skill, get a certification. Can you freelance? Can you turn a hobby into a small business? Diversifying your income streams creates a safety net. If one source dries up, you have others to fall back on. This proactive approach can make all the difference between surviving a recession and thriving in spite of it. Finally, let's talk about investing. It can be scary to invest when the market is volatile. It's tempting to pull all your money out and hide it under the mattress. But history has shown that's often the worst thing you can do. Panicked selling locks in your losses. If you have a long-term investment horizon, like for retirement, a downturn can actually be an opportunity. It's a chance to buy quality assets at a discount. That said, make sure your portfolio is diversified and aligned with your risk tolerance. If you're unsure, now is a great time to talk to a qualified financial advisor. Don't make emotional decisions with your long-term future. Look, navigating this economic landscape can feel overwhelming, and it's okay to feel anxious. If you're struggling with stress or anxiety about your finances or the future, please reach out for support. Talking to a friend, a family member, or a mental health professional can make a huge difference. There are resources available, and you don't have to go through this alone. The old rules of the economy are being rewritten. The idea that we can just print money indefinitely without consequences is being tested, and we are all part of the experiment. This time, you're the collateral, which means you have the most to lose. But it also means you have the most to gain by being prepared. By taking control of your finances, building your defenses, and staying informed, you can turn this period of uncertainty into an opportunity for strength and resilience. Don't wait for the storm to hit. Start building your financial ark today. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more content on how to navigate our changing world. Stay safe, stay prepared, and I'll see you in the next video.